The SAOL project is a project for former or stable women drug users who wish to come off methadone or who wish to prove that they can live a stable life on methadone. And the women have a 2-year space to get themselves back on track. They determine what on track means for them. They determine, at some point whether or not they're going to stay on methadone or stay off it. We don't push that agenda. We're not an abstinence model. It's also a space where they can find out who they are because they got lost in addiction. They learn to understand addiction. They learn to rebuild relationships with their families. The first thing that they've learned in the first 6 or 7 weeks here is that SAOL girls walk tall and dream big. They can represent the project. We don't speak for them, they speak for themselves. They have a part in devising the programme. So there's a lot of things that they have in common.
Chiapas es un lugar de contrastes, ¿verdad? La riqueza natural que se ve a cada paso, ¿verdad? La riqueza en agua, en ríos, en vegetación, en tierra fértil, ¿verdad? Y el contraste con la pobreza, con que no hay recursos para invertir en el campo, con que no hay educación, no hay servicios médicos, ¿no? Es el contraste. Así es también, ¿verdad?, la lucha con el deseo por la paz, ¿no? Con que haya una vida con dignidad en las personas y la violencia que viene, la guerra que acosa a las comunidades. La situación cotidiana en que están las comunidades, pues a raíz de la llegada del ejército, es de agresión, de violencia, porque se transforma su cotidianidad.
La idea del ejército, del gobierno, pues, porque no viene del ejército, sino que viene la idea del gobierno, ¿no? Es dividir a la organización o dividir a la comunidad. Esas son las estrategias, no meterle miedo o mucha intimidación o mucho hostigamiento. Es lo que quieren para que se haga una división en la comunidad, para que haya más división, ¿no? Para que haya debilidad en la organización, ¿no?
This is an armed struggle where they live. They have to support themselves and defend themselves, even defend their right to do this, women, and defend their right to have meetings, and defend their right to have their own community, their own culture and their own laws. And it kind of puts a bit more importance into what we're doing here and why we're doing it. And it actually will have an impact around solidarity for this group, and that we're joining with them in solidarity. That we really are we're holding out our paintbrushes, but we're holding out our hands and our hearts to this group of women and to this community, not just women, but the community as well, men, children, older people who are just looking for their own identity. We all know what that feels like.
What would you see as the parallels between women and the SAOL project And the indigenous people they're painting in Chiapas?
Exclusion, poverty, no voice, poor access to education. Having looked at them painting the mural, I see the links around creativity, around presenting a message to be very important. And the instant understanding of our women for where that group was and what they were trying to do. Just an intuitive empathy with them as well.
Then I figured like, oh. Creo que la población de las mujeres y de los niños son los más vulnerables, ¿verdad? Porque no tienen toda la información, porque están en la casa cotidianamente. El trabajo más fuerte, bueno, es muy fuerte también el de los hombres, pero las mujeres tienen que ir por el agua, ir por la leña, hacer la comida, cuidar a los niños, y están en la continua angustia porque los maridos salen a trabajar y los pueden tomar presos o el retén no los va a dejar pasar. Entonces, pues sí, el no tener espacios para hablar, no tienen ni siquiera la libertad de salir de su casa, porque está el ejército, porque está la policía y los priistas que están señalando. Entonces, una reunión, llegó el momento, después de la agresión al municipio autónomo, en donde destruyen el mural y toman a los presos, en que la población estaba aterrorizada, no podía salir, ¿no? Los hombres en la montaña y las mujeres amenazadas. Estas vivencias van dejando, pues sí, consecuencias, ¿verdad? Secuelas. Y te decía, las mujeres son un sector altamente vulnerable.
In their just fight for the liberation of our people, the SAOL incorporates women into the revolutionary struggle, regardless of their race, creed, colour or political affiliation.
Women have the right to decide the number of children they will bear and care for.
Women have the right to participate in the affairs of the community and to hold positions of authority if they are freely and democratically elected.
Women shall not be beaten or physically mistreated by their family members or by strangers.
Women will be able to occupy positions of leadership in the organisation and hold the military ranks in revolutionary armed forces.
What do you think that figure sort of symbolises?
Like they're surrounded with badness, I think.
There's no bad in it. There's no bad in that.
You see this bad inside inside of community.
That's why they keep it so tight and,
So secure.
Qué triste la situación, viven las comunidades, además de la opresión, hay muchas enfermedades. Si no fuera suficiente, nos meten los militares para asustar a la gente y controlar los lugares. También la prostitución, con ellos se pueden ver. La situación aprovecha y cualquier pobre mujer. Ya con esta me despido, compañeras en la lucha. Ya les conté en el corrido, ánimo, Dios nos escucha. Gracias.
Well, I think I start with my good feeling. The good feeling is I feel good about all this and that something good is going to come out of it. And if we can achieve this, we can do anything. That we can achieve a lot more. And the bad thing is that I wish I could get a break.
So what, you want me to throw it down for you?
I was fed up doing the same thing day in, day out. I seen the application up on the wall saying that there was a place for 16 women in the SAOL project. And in my mind, and in many more of the girls that got the job here, was sewing, that's what we were going to be doing.
Oh, the sailor man, yeah. Good feeling, I want to stay in good humour. 10 out of 10 today. Great. A bad feeling, temptation.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I want to get rid of temptation. I was getting pissed off robbing and going and being in and out of prison all the time. And as well as that, I wanted to stop using because my sister died of AIDS, and that really kind of was a turning point for me.
In the beginning, it was very difficult. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't or it isn't. But when you've been through what I've been through, you say, shit, I don't want any more of this. It's had to be rubbed into me too much. And you want to walk away, and you see your children growing up. My oldest son is 16, and I had to adopt my sister's 2 children when she died. And I knew I had to do something, change my life for them and me.
I was up and down with me habit, and I got on the city clinic, and I was still using heroin. Then I snapped out of it because we got the offer to go for the interview for this job, and we seen the girls on the first course who looked great, girls who were strung out to bits, and you see them coming out and they're starting to look great, they're stable on their thigh and they look really well. And I was saying, Jays, I'd love to go into that job because it gets your act together. So I went for the interview, and about 2 weeks later I got a letter saying that I got the job. I'm not out robbing every day around like that. I enjoy coming in here every morning to work. I never have the urge for heroin around like that anymore. It's kind of changed my life around. Like at one time I'd say, I don't want to work, I'd never get a job anywhere. Who'd employ me? And now it's kind of saying like, yeah, I wouldn't mind a job doing this or doing that, and I could go for it, like, you know. Like I'll have a good reference over here for what I've done, what I've achieved in here, you know what I mean?
I'm a much bigger person now. I walk tall and dream big. When I look back at my life then, I'm to be very shocked at what I did, what I didn't do, how I neglected my children. I never neglect, but never showed them the love that they were meant to get or was around all the time for them. And being able to do all these things now, and it's quite upsetting if you look back at it, but like I've moved away that I don't look back, that I'm just going forward. I'm not going back that way at all. I don't look back anymore.
Do you think we might get a few bob for this picture after Mexico?
Just glad that we can do something for the village in Mexico, like, you know, when you bring her over to show them that it's complete, you know, and it's lovely and colourful. That's what I enjoy about it.
We've got so close in doing the painting, and looking at the mural now that it's finished, and looking at the picture of the mural as well, like, it reminds me of my community, where I come from. I mean, it's a broken up community altogether, and it's only building back up again. And to do that painting, like, it was a privilege for us. Well, for me personally, I felt privileged to be a part of it.
What is the significance of the mural to the SAOL project?
To show the women that they're not alone in terms of being excluded, or that they're not alone in terms of trying to get their lives or control their lives. I think that it has lighter moments around connections to the women plan to take this mural to the Gay Pride March. So that, again, that's the SAOL women standing up and supporting another marginalised group. So that those links in the chain of being marginalised or showing solidarity, they're beginning to happen in really subtle ways, you know.
Are finally broken free.
I was chasing around in circles, trying to catch a dream. Now I got a second chance to face reality, 'cause I'm a stronger woman now, and there's no turning back. I'm a stronger woman now, nothing's gonna hold me back. Nothing's gonna hold me back.
So which bit do you like best and why?
It's all lovely, but
It's all lovely.
that bit catches me eye.
Does it? That bit? Oh yes, catching everybody's eye. I think when this is finished,
Yeah.
your eye will be wandering over here as well.
I like the top part, the sky part, and the colour. It's gorgeous. So I like it.
Thank you, Doctor.
I said from the beginning now too, I like the circle. I circle the women together. Don't know, it's just all the colours in together. I like that.
Yeah. It was great to be a part of it. It's massive. I'd love it in the house on a big wall.
I have some wall.
No. On the ceiling. On that. Massive.
I wasn't really into it first, but then some days when you are doing that, I would. It's gorgeous, it's totally lovely.
How did it feel for you being part of it?
Good, great. I thought it was great. In the beginning I was saying, oh no way, I'm not into this, I'm not. Especially when the squares was being drawn out in the very beginning of it. And then the corners, as I got into the paint, and I loved the paint, and I did. Got right into it, I found it real therapeutic. It is real therapeutic paint, isn't it? I found it great, and the fact that we all pitched in and we all done a bit, no, it means a lot.
You're right, it takes my mind off a lot of things. And it's really colourful, you know, it brightens up the morning even when you
Yeah, yeah.
It's brilliant.
I love the way the sky is down there, the way that went through.
Yeah, it's really, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's brilliant.
The reason for me, because I came back and did some of the drawing, because of the story behind it, of what happened to the first mural, that like the army ruined what the first one, and that was beautiful, like, you know what I mean? And that's why I came back that day to draw some, because it was the story behind it of what the army were after doing. You know what I mean? And it was a chance for us to do it for them again.
Oh, it's fucking gorgeous, it is.
Fucking gorgeous. Can't get better than that.
Se siente muy contentos, ¿no? Porque fue muy famoso, pues también, ¿no? Taniterla y con su mural que se pintó y despintaron, pero quiere decir que además no, no es porque ya despintaron y ahí se terminó el municipio, ¿no? Sino que sigue siendo también, ¿no? Y tanto el mural, pues todo el mundo, o sea, se está pintando, pues.
para mí, como participante de esta tarea. Supongo que para los campesinos Dani Perla también es muy importante. Pero cuando llegamos a conocer trabajos como la de este grupo de mujeres irlandesas, sí les quisiera yo hacer un mensaje personal, ¿no? Mi corazón se llena de júbilo de saber que hay interés por lo que sucede en mi país en otras latitudes tan lejanas como son las de Irlanda, y que también las ha motivado para una participación mucho más amplia de las que al principio tenían como expectativa, ¿no? Con entrega al trabajo, pues evidentemente con mucho cariño, con mucho amor. Sí, les agradezco tocándome el corazón.
Been down that wrong road, it nearly finished me. I'm picking up the pieces of all those broken dreams. I've made a promise to myself, those dreams I will achieve. Seen that life is precious, and I know I want to